Hey guys, it's Allison. So I'm here to do my April wrap up and tell you what I read in April. It's finally May and it's finally sunny outside, as you can see. We've been having pretty crappy snowy weather here, so I'm glad to see that I believe spring is here to stay. So let's get into the books that I read in April. I had a pretty good month this month. If you've been watching, you probably have noticed I haven't done a video in a while because I just haven't been reading very much, and so I finally got back into my routine and I have read a few books this month, so I figured I might as well do a wrap-up video. So the first book I read is The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. I don't have my physical copy here because I lent it to Marissa to read. And I really enjoyed this book. It was completely different from what I thought it was going to be. I went into it thinking I was going to get a historical YA fiction, and then it turned out to be a modern, I guess, contemporary slash paranormal fiction, and I really liked it. So this is about a girl named Rory, and she's from Louisiana, and her parents are going on sabbatical. They're professors. So she's decided to spend the year at a boarding school in Wexford, London, England. And so when she arrives in London, there starts being these murders mimicking the murders of Jack the Ripper, which happened in the 1800s. And then she becomes pretty much the main witness because she sees a guy that no one else sees. And so she's interrogated, and they're trying to figure out who is the murderer. I gave this book 5 out of 5. It kind of is almost like two complete separate books. In the middle, it kind of like jumps to a different type of book. I'm not gonna really try to give it away, but I was shocked and pleasantly shocked. I liked the book. It has some suspense. It has, it was kind of creepy at times, and I didn't want to read it alone in the dark. And so I'm pretty sure if someone would have jumped out, I probably would have screamed. And yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's the first in a series by Maureen Johnson, and it's the Shades of London trilogy. And the second book is already out. I haven't checked that one out yet, but I will do it soon because like I said, I really enjoyed that book. And then after reading that book, I picked up Legend by Mary Lou. This is the first book by Mary Lou, and it's a new dystopian trilogy. So I really enjoy this cover. I think it's simple, and I think it's going to attract, some more people, like guys and girls. And this is a dystopian book, like I mentioned. It's told in alternating point of views. So one chapter is in Day's point of view, and if I can't tell if you can see this, but it's in gold font. And then when you go to the next chapter, it's June's point of view, and in June's point of view we get black font. So that's just another easier way to distinguish who's speaking or who's thinking during the chapters. I enjoyed this book. I thought it was pretty fast-paced and some action. There's some predictability to it, but I still thought it was enjoyable. And I will definitely be picking up the second book, which is already out. It's called Prodigy, in the near future, because the way that this one ends, it's just begging for you to pick up the second book right away. Then after I finished that book, I went on to read The Colossus Rises. This is by Peter Larangis. This is a new series, the Seven Wonders series, and this is an author from the 39 Clues series. So if you liked that series, or Percy Jackson, because there's also a blurb from Rick Riordan at the top, who wrote Percy Jackson, then you're going to enjoy this book. It's middle grade, and it's about a boy named Jack. So he was supposed to die, and instead he was rushed to the hospital, and these doctors helped him back to life. Soon he wakes up and he's not in his hometown anymore. Instead, he's in this institute. And he finds out that he has this rare gene, which is basically killing him. And the only way to cure it is to find these 7 loculi, which are inconveniently placed in the 7 wonders of the ancient world. So he, along with 3 other gifted students, must find these loculi so that they can cure themselves. I thought this was really interesting. I liked that it's, fast-paced, kind of. It's the first book, so you have a lot of information to get into before you get into the actual series. And I liked the characters. I hope that we get to learn more about them in the future. Obviously, the next book is coming out sometime this fall, I believe. And I wish that there was a little bit more history in this book, because I'm kind of fascinated by the 7 Wonders. If you've seen the Book Buzz words that I did recently, the video that I did, you'll know that I kind of talked about this book. It has pictures in it, so it does move pretty quickly. And the next book, I believe, is about Babylon. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and that one comes out in sometime in fall. And I'll definitely be reading the rest of the series because I did enjoy this one. I think I gave it 4 out of 5. After that, I read The Girl with the Iron Touch. This is by Katie Cross, and this one's actually coming out May 28th by Harlequin Teen. I have read the first 2 in the series. It's the Steampunk Chronicle series, and I really enjoyed that series. It's about this misfit band of young guys and girls who live together, and they all have kind of special powers. The main character in the first 2 books is Finley Jane, and she's like really strong. And in this book we have, as you can tell by the cover, if you've read the first 2, that this one is more about Emily, and she is a really neat character. She's smart and strong, and I really enjoyed her character, and you get to see more of her point of view in this book. It kind of starts right off where we left in the second book. So if you haven't read the second book or the first book, I don't think I would want to pick this one up until you did so. I really enjoyed it. It had a little bit more romance in this one than the first 2. I enjoyed the romance, but I felt like we kind of lacked a little bit of adventure or action until we got more towards the end of the book, and I probably would have given up some of the romance in the middle to have a little bit more action. But still, it's very good, and I gave it 4 out of 5, and when it comes out in May, you guys should definitely go check it out. And again, thanks to Harlequin Teen for sending or giving me an e-copy of the book. That was great. After I finished that book, I read... I don't have physical copies of these. They're all on my e-reader. So this is Meant to Be by Lauren Morrill, and this, if you can, you can't really see the cover, but it's pretty cute. It's got these bright colors, pinks and oranges and purples, and it has a background of England. So if you would guess from looking at the cover, you would probably guess right that it's a cute contemporary YA fiction, and I thought it was adorable. It is about a girl named Julia. She goes on spring break to England with her school, and she ends up having to be buddies with this guy Jason. He's the class clown, and he kind of gets her to loosen up a little bit, but soon she's like breaking the rules and getting in trouble, and she just doesn't know who she is anymore. And then she starts getting these mystery texts from an unknown source, and she believes it's someone that she met at the party that she went to. So Jason kind of helps her texting this person to kind of meet up, and it is super cute. Lauren Morrill really takes you on like an adventure through London. You kind of get to see the sights through Julia and Jason's point of view. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5. And if you liked things like Anna and the French Kiss and The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith, then you will probably like this book. And yeah, it's just really cute. I give it 4 out of 5. After I read that one, I picked up the e-novella The Prince, which is by Kiera Cass, and it's a selection novella, so it takes place kind of in between the selection, or before the selection, and then before the elite as well. And it's told through Prince Maxon's point of view, and I thought it was really cute. It's a quick read. It's only like 60 pages or so, and it was good to kind of refresh my memory before I picked up The Elite, which I then read next, and I enjoyed both of these. I really liked the characters. I thought that this book, which is the second one, like I said, it had a lot more action, a lot more feelings. I was kind of overwhelmed at times when things were happening. I was like, I can't believe things. Yes, I did enjoy this book. I like the cover, but I don't like it as much as the first book. I find her pose is a little awkward, and her face is awkward too. Anyway, I like the bright colors. I'm just wondering what color the third one is going to be. My guess is probably green. I am now waiting for the third one, and it's going to be a long year if we have to wait until next year. This one I gave 5 out of 5, and for all the books that I read, you can go and look at my reviews. I posted on the blog. I haven't posted the Elite yet, but it will be coming up shortly. The last book that I read this month is How Zoe Made Her Dreams Mostly Come True by Sarah Strohmeyer, and I loved this book. It is super cute. It is a contemporary YA fiction, and it's about Zoe, who gets an internship at Fairyland, which is basically like a theme park, all about fairy tales. So she actually gets to be the assistant to the queen, and kind of along the lines of How the Devil Wears Prada, and it was really cute. I finished it today, and I would give it 4 out of 5. And I really hope that there's going to be a sequel. I know Sarah kind of left it up in the air there, where you could have room to be a sequel. So I'm really hoping that there's going to be a next book, because I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the setting, and I can't wait for another book. Those are the books that I read this month. I'm going to do another video to show you the books that I hope to read this month. I guess the books I read last month and then this month. Anyway, if you've read any of these books, if you have any thoughts or feelings about anything I said, comments, questions, whatever, leave it down below. Check out the blog, check out Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. And let me know what you guys read. And I would love to see and hear everything. Alright guys, that's it for me. Have a good day. Bye!